my absolute favorite pastime thing with anime is looking at anime openings, right? The song, the animation, the lyrics, how it's fitting and so on, right? But here's the opening, I guess. Here's the opening. Oh, she's even in the beginning of the opening. She's the one showing off but I'm excited to see the opening. Man, we're gonna of course react to the opening now. Yeah, awesome. The end there. Okay, that's verse as well, I guess. Oh, super pissed off here. Okay, it's like credit opening. Next week is probably opening without credits, but whatever. Okay, Subaru's in town. I guess his parents, like Subaru's, before his parents. Then he dies. It's episode 15, of course, the classic episode 15 where he dies in the ice. Okay, and everyone's dead around him. Yeah, everyone's dead around him. I guess he's killing himself here. And then we see, gluttony. Oh, there's a new. That's interesting. Let's go back to that. There's probably one of the other witch people there. So it showed 4 people. It showed 4 people in the open there. And then of course the classic Emilia hug team. They look super suspicious. Yeah, when Emilia is like, Oh, it's a bloody opening. It's literally a very bloody opening. It's drowning in blood. It's like fighting through like a blood liquid. And I see a lot of Emilia smiling, and then a lot of blood. Ooh. Oh, there's a lot of elves. Okay, it's like 20 of these pink-haired ninja elves. And then she smiles at there. And then it's like, Okay, so let's go back and break down the opening then. Oh man, I love doing this part. It's my favorite part of anime. I'm honest, I love breaking down openings. So we're gonna go back here and look at the different opening scenes. Unfortunately, this is like a credit opening. Next week is probably like a non-credit opening, right? So it's easy to look at the different scenes and so on. But yeah, let's do the opening. So first of all, the opening of course starts with her, right? The new bad guy we saw in the course end here of this episode. And I'm happy that the power didn't turn off. But I guess again, maybe the power will die, but probably not. So here we go, right? It starts immediately with her just like exploded up the way. So clearly, this new lady here, who is she that we see in the end of the episode? She's clearly the main attraction, right? She's clearly here in the ending with the necklace things. I was suspicious of, but we'll go back to that later in the review board. But yeah, and she's also the one to be like, opening time. So she's clearly very central in the new opening here. Immediately shows off that thing, right? So I guess she's gonna be, very central for the storyline. But what I noticed, I think there's one more of the scenes. So there's a lot of characters being dropped in the opening. Because I love in the opening, a lot of characters being dropped in the opening. So obviously I don't even know what these characters are. Yeah, it's hard to tell, right? Here's a random, probably a woman with like a mask on. But yeah, it's like a lot of characters being dropped. Not that easy to see who they are. In the beginning, I quickly flashes through some characters. So yeah, as an anime only, of course, I don't really know what these characters are. But they're clearly new characters being introduced here. But they're being very, quickly, like some new cute tan girl here. I mean, yeah. So yeah, I don't really know, but yeah, a lot of new characters. What's more interesting, I think, is later. Then we see Subaru, and then we see him. Yeah, he's walking. He's in, his real world. I think this is actually interesting. After he kind of looks sad in the real world, this has to be his mom. Yeah, this is interesting. I'm just throwing it out there. It's an obvious thing, right? But it has to be his mom. Yeah, so it's like here's Subaru's mom. It has to be definitely his mother, and then next thing his father and so on. I don't think that's gonna have much bearing on this anime because I don't think there ever have been scenes where he has really been talking about his real life that much, right? It's actually quite uncommon, right? In isekais, would they actually ever think about the real life? That's why, for example, I loved it in Hamafubu that season. With Hamafubu and Bakarina, she actually had her remembering Ashan and so on. But yeah, so clearly this is his mom, right? And that's his father. But that's very unlikely that's gonna be even talked about. But yeah, okay, his parents in the opening. And then we see Beetlejuice when he dies. They kind of do different deaths. Yeah, they kind of do season 1 death scenes, I guess, when he's frozen. This is the time he died in the in episode 15, right? Yeah, and so on. So they do different recapping all that scenes and so on. But I think it's more important is that after this, the death scenes, we do see the scenes. So I think in the opening we do see one of the 2 other scenes we haven't seen before, because Yeah, so what I mean is that typically, right, like for example, I think One Piece is the most, One Piece and Black Clover and so on, but typically in a shonen anime especially, right, they're showing off like, here's this guy, and here's this next Shichibukai, and here's the, here's the Yonko or whatever, yeah, and it's like Yonko, right. They love doing that, right, in anime. So, in this opening here, right, we do see in the scenes that, of course, defeated Ram, right. So, we have a scene, and what's happening, of course, that we do see like, here's one character. Here's this scene that we saw last episode, right? So after that, what of course what I'm guessing from them, given the opening here, is that the other character being shown, of course, is the other scenes, right? So we're gonna have we see this guy, we see the other guy, Ramfast, right? We see those two guys, and then we see a female character. So it has to be It has to be a new character, right? Not a scene. That's what I mean, right? This has to be a scene that's gonna come, right? Because like we see the two other scenes that we introduced last episode, and then we see this, I suppose, a female character with like pigtail, yeah, so kind of like purple hair, so kind of monsters behind her. So it has to be the next character, right? Given, of course, like that you saw the other scenes, right? It's a very classic anime style, there, right? So given what she has, given what this woman has behind her, I guess it's like kind of like a young female character, probably might be, of course, like she might be 1,000 years old, but it assumes like a young female character. Given what's behind her, you can see it very good here, but it's like a lot of monsters behind her red eyes. I'm gonna guess her powers is something like, monster control, and yeah, that's my guess here. Analyzation here. I'm guessing her powers is something like she can control demons or something like beasts, right? We've seen earlier in the one, right, when they fought the dogs and so on. So that's probably her power, right? Because there is like a bat in the corner. There are two bats actually, I'm thinking about it, in the corner with red eyes. And then under that could be like a minotaur or some more like bull or something, right? And to the left is like maybe like a turtle or something. So it looks at different animals, yeah, like different animals. So I'm gonna guess that the third scene we see here has something to do with animals. And given that we have different scenes like gluttony and sloth and so on, she could be, what would fit for that? Maybe like, what we have left there that would fit for animal control. I'm thinking it would be easier if they weren't scenes, they were actually the Buddhist path, like in Naruto, where Pain has like the path of animal. That'd be, yeah, if you ever seen Naruto, Pain has different paths, right? The Buddhist paths, and one of them is the animal paths. That has animal summoning. It's pretty straightforward, yeah. Scenes, there's not really like a scene I feel that's like animal, but I guess there are a couple of scenes that could potentially control animals. Like maybe you could make them wrathful, right? You could make them angry. Maybe you can make them hungry, right? But really have gluttony. But that could be, yeah, that could be something like that. Lustful, I suppose, you could control animals. But anyway, I think she has animal control, right? This is probably gonna be coming in this season, of course. Given the opening, right? And after her, we do see, of course, the crazy, lustful stabber girl. And that's interesting because I don't think she ever was confirmed as a sin, right? But it seems to be confirming her as a sin. She appears in the next scene here. Might be Beetlejuice, but I think it's her, right? Yeah, like the first person that killed Subaru a few times. She's never really been shown since then, but yeah, like she's probably involved with other scenes and so on, right? Yeah, we see her smiling there at them, and Subaru is painful. And then we see the classic, of course, the purple hand touch, right? And this is interesting because it's always been this talk about that Subaru is being controlled by Emilia, right? Is he loved by Emilia? Is there some weird thing? Is she the one to actually revive him, right? Is she the scene of something? Because there's like a weird part here in the opening when this, like, the hand... and I think, again, the opening heavily implies that, she's the dark hand that crushes his heart, right, when he dies. Because this scene here in the opening is interesting because it goes from her, this hand, crushing his heart, right, into the hug scene that we saw in last episode. That's I find very interesting because it really goes from how Emilia is like, oh, here's the hand, right, and then that hand turns into this woman that's hugging him with this weird smile. It's kind of cringy, kind of like an evil smile behind him, right? And that is very similar to the smile she did last episode when he was crying, right? So it's kind of like, is Emilia the one that actually revives him? Is Emilia the one that cursed him with the time travel thing, right? That's been the theory that, I won't say I completely agree with the theory, but it seems to make sense, right? And here again, it's like, yeah, it looks very like the hand turns into Emilia, and then she hugs him in this last episode and talks to him, kind of a weird smiler, yeah. So That's really interesting, I think, at least. And then of course we see different. He just runs through a lot of blood. It's a lot of blood. It's a lot. It is a lot. There's a lot of blood in the opening. And then we see different like recaps from last week. Last season, I mean, mainly. And then we see, Petra smiling, and we see different characters and so on. See Puck and so on. Yeah, I don't think there are all the new scenes here. There's a lot of course, Emilia being cute and so on. But yeah, after we see the scenes there, there's no new character, right? I don't think so, unless I missed that. Of course, then we have this scene. And man, she was suspicious with the whole necklace thing. We see her with her hands here glowing. All the new characters behind her in the back on the trailer. This is interesting though. So we see in the end, because we saw that little elf girl, right? Girl or whatever, the elf, the pink here. We saw her. I bet this scene is like almost unwatchable. But yeah, we saw this. We saw like the pink girl, the pink elf girl pose with the ears, and she had like there's like 50 of them in the ending there. Opening. Yeah, in the end part of the opening. Let me rephrase. In the ending part of the opening. It's like 50 of these, like the elf, pink-haired elf girl that we used in this episode. So there's clearly gonna be more of her. The optic clear of that, yeah. Like there's something with those elves, right? And they're gonna be obviously be involved, probably with the main baddie, right? The woman that it ended with at the last second here, as she was the one that tricked him to go over there, right? And then we see a hand, which maybe is Beatrice's hand, but we see a hand in the last part of the ending here that is touching that book, right? That you saw that episode, Beatrice and him fighting with that book, right? And that's probably her hand, because I think, I'm not sure, but she has that, it could be her clothing, it's not a color scheme. But that's clearly like a hand on that book, right? Yeah, on that book we just talked about the episode. It's a book, of course, very important. And then we see back to the tea thing, right? That we saw the episode. And the end with her smiling, right? Yeah, so I mean, she's clearly like the big. The ending part is great because she's clearly like the big baddie. With the ending here, she does this like, yeah, she does like, yeah, here I am. She super big baddie. She might not be the end big. I'm not saying this person here is the end goal big bad of the whole storyline, but this season, right? This season, she seems very centric of being the big baddie because she starts the opening, right? She does the explosion in the opening. He does the opening explosion, and then the opening also ends with her doing this like this like really smug bastard smile, like yeah. So she's obviously very centric for this for this season. As again, right, she's both the first part, the alpha and omega of the opening, right? She's both the first and the last part of the opening. Yeah, super evil, deliciously evil smile there, showing off that